Hi again, we are here today to talk about the stuff that I purchased, the different accessories that I got from Canyon. The other day we were talking about the Canyon Grizl AL7 Escape that I purchased, okay? We were taking a look about the configuration that I was doing while I was assembling that and so on. And today we are going to review a bit all the stuff that I purchased. We are going to assemble that also. I'm not going to go step by step assembling everything. I just want to show you what I purchased, and I'm going to give you the reasons why I purchased the different stuff that I have here, okay? So just to give you some hints, and maybe some of you are going to do some backpacking, and I can give you like an idea about what you can buy from Canyon or what you can install. So let's start with the review. The first thing that we are going to talk about is about the Mudguards, okay? So just for you to know, when you buy the Mudguards, the Defend Mudguards from Canyon, they come two, okay? They come two. You don't need to buy them separately. They come, both of them, in the same box, and they come with the different attachments, like some screws, also like holder for the axle, from the front axle and the rear axle. So they come here. As you can see, you can assemble and disassemble the Mudguards really easy. You don't need to disassemble the axles, so it's just like plug and play, just to say that. And yes, so this is one of them. I think this is the rear Mudguard, okay? So it's kind of normal. It's a bit heavy, just to let you know. I think the weight is like 700 grams, something like this, close to 1 kilogram. But I mean, when you are doing backpacking, you are going to carry up so much stuff. I don't think 700 grams is going to be like a huge difference. And this one seems to be the front Mudguard. Why I know that? Because it has this plastic holder which goes close to the fork, okay? Well, close to the fork goes to the fork. So the idea here is that you can assemble and disassemble that really easy in case that, for example, there is no rain or everything is dry, then you can disassemble this Mudguard and you can just go with your Grizl without Mudguards and just to not carry up so much. The next thing that we are going to talk about is about the rear rack. This is the rear rack, okay? It says in the specification that you can buy a standard rear rack. This one seems to be a standard, but comes with a holder here also to the back to attach also the Mudguard. So, like you can see, there is not so much to talk about this. It's just a rear rack and that's all. Also, here I have a belt that I purchased. So if you want to take a look, this is really interesting because this belt, like you can see here, you can only buy that in black color, okay? So this one is going to go to the handlebar, to one of the sides of the handlebar. So if we can take a look to this part here, if you want to install this belt, you need to disassemble this plastic holder here. You just remove it and then you attach the belt, okay? Something important, when you are attaching that, it's like an screw. You need to screw that because otherwise, if you are not screwing up, it's not going to be tight enough and maybe you are riding and that gets lost. This is not something that we want to have like a problem, okay? So just remember that, to hold it properly and then it should be fine. And the sound that it does, it's pretty good. I mean, the next thing that I purchased is the front rack, okay? So it's really cool. You can see here Canyon here written, okay? So it's written there. It seems to be simple to assemble. It goes here one screw and two screws in both sides. Also comes with something, just to let you know. So in this little box, comes with a cloth holder that you can put directly in the front rack, and then you can attach there, for example, a bag or with some clothes or I don't know. But remember that you cannot carry up so much weight. Here it's like 1.5 kg, something like this. The rear rack, it's up to 15 kilograms. So when it comes to load of stuff, I think the rear rack is more interesting. So if you are going to carry up a lot of the stuff, the rear rack, I would say I would recommend you to buy the rear rack. Another thing that I purchased is this bag, okay? Well, I purchased 2 of them, and I bought them because they can be attached really easy to the rear rack, and it's like plug and play. So you just put it, you load whatever you want to load, and then afterwards you remove it, and that's all, okay? It's waterproof. It's from Ortlief or Leaf, I don't know. It's really tough. I mean, it seems to have like a good quality. So I recommend you, for the moment, I recommend you. I will tell you a bit about in the future about how does it go, but how is it, if it's a good quality or it's not quality, but it seems to be good. And I purchased 2 of them, okay? So just to let you know. And the last thing that I purchased is this bag that goes to this part of the fork here. So it's kind of installed like this, but on the other side, like this. I will need to take a look, but it goes like this. And it goes with 2 screws, well, with 4 screws, and it's attached to the handlebar, just to put here some tools if you need to put some tools. It comes also with the Garmin attachment, so you can put it here. You just need to screw that, and that's all. I mean, in general, it's okay. Something important before installing the rear rack, you need to disassemble the rear wheel here. So just put it in a place where you are comfortable, disassemble that, and then afterwards you just need to screw that to the mounting points that we have here, like here and here, maybe also here. So I will take a look. So I'm going to not to try, but I'm going to install it, and then afterwards I show you how it looks like, okay? As you can see here, I have assembled the rear rack, okay? So it's important to tell you, I think they come with grease, but make sure that you apply some grease when you are putting the screws, and put the right torque, okay? Here it's 4 Newton meters, okay? And also here there is a screw which says 5 Newton meters. So this screw allows you to move the rear rack, just to put it to the right degrees. So I'm using something that I have to see if it's the right angle. It's important also to consider that you need to disassemble the rear wheel, because otherwise you're not going to be able to do that, or maybe you are not going to be comfortable. So just consider that. There is something important when you are installing the rear rack plus the rear mudguard, okay? You need to install it in this way. The plastic piece that is from the mudguard has to be in this position here, like this, okay? And then here in this place goes the one from the rear rack, okay? Because the idea is that when you are installing it, 1 second, because you need to do some stuff here, you have to be careful. It has to do like kind of a click. So it has like a guide, and then it has to do a click. If you see that like this, you see that, and then let me do that properly, because it's not in the right place. It's a bit complicated, eh? It's not really easy. If you see the manual, okay, they do that like really easy, but it's not like this. Like this. You put it like this. And then, clack. And that's installed. And then afterwards, you need to apply here the right torque. This is important, okay? Because in the Canyon's guide, they don't specify how to install this part. They only tell you how to install the mudguard, only the mudguard, the rear mudguard, or only the rear rack. So consider that, okay? That you need to put before that piece like this, and the other on top of the other, okay? And this is how it looks like, okay? After assembling it. Now I need to check the level, but seems to be fine, okay? Here there is a screw also, here, as you can see there. Don't forget to tighten it up. It's like 0.5 Newton meters, something like this. And that's all. It's a bit complicated to install. It's not really easy. And also here, don't forget to use the axle which comes for these Mudguards. Okay. So this is how it looks like after installing the front rack. So you need to be careful. 3 Newton meters, 3 Newton meters, 3 Newton meters in the other place. And it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't have so much complicated stuff, so that's all. And this is how it looks like after installing the front Mudguard. So as you can see, it's really well integrated. Also, I put it here, the chest. So yeah, it's already prepared. So that's all about the setup. So that's all regarding the unboxing and also the assembly of all the components that I purchased. And well, just to let you know, if you are considering to do some backpacking or you are going shopping and you don't want to spend so much money, I recommend you maybe just to take the rear rack, and I think it's going to be enough for you because you can load up to 15 kilos, and then I don't know, maybe you are carrying up a bag or something like this, and that should be fine for you. I will tell you in the future also how everything is going, how are my feelings also after cycling to work, because this is something that I'm going to do every day. Yeah, leave me in the comments what do you think about the accessories that I got. If you think that there is something better to consider, we speak in the comments. Thank you so much and see you in the next video.